Hi, my name is Anne Ngo Lang, and I am a part of the Our Cultural Tapestries project. My story is about the ancient Vietnamese tradition of teeth blackening and the concept of belonging. Have you ever thought about what makes someone or something beautiful? I have. I hope you love stories as much as I do, because I'm going to tell you a story about someone beautiful. At 16, Anh was the eldest of 9 children. Like most village girls her age in early 20th century Vietnam, she spent her days helping her parents around their farm and caring for her younger siblings. But there was something that made her different. She towered over girls and boys her age. People made fun of her. But her height was something she couldn't change. "Anh, tomorrow we will begin blackening your teeth," her mother said. Anh nodded, but inside her heart raced. She remembered the sobs and swollen gums of the village girls who had already endured the teeth blackening process. Her stomach dropped, and she swallowed hard. "Do you remember what I told you about our ancient tradition?" her mother asked. Even though Anh remembered, she shook her head, longing for her mother to tell her again, to reassure her. This tradition began 4,000 years ago when Vietnam was a young country threatened by Chinese invaders. In those ancient times, girls dyed their teeth black to make themselves look less attractive. The aggressors saw black teeth as offensive and ugly, and so Vietnamese maidens avoided capture. Her mother continued, "But the definition of beauty has changed over hundreds and even thousands of years. Chinese invaders no longer threaten Vietnam. What used to be a way to ward off danger now symbolizes beauty. When you have black teeth, like me, you'll be a beautiful, true Vietnamese woman." Anh thought to herself in order to calm her nerves. "I will fit in at last." Anh was my grandmother, and when I was young, she often looked down at me and smiled. I couldn't help but stare and wonder about her shiny black teeth. It wasn't until years later, when I became an adult, that I learned about this tradition, which had been the defining feature of Vietnamese women for millennia. Now, the process of blackening teeth took several weeks, and grandmother couldn't eat solid foods. It began with brushing her teeth with dried betel nut, dipped in salt and dried charcoal powder to cleanse and prepare the enamel. Then, for the next week, she chewed on limes for hours each day and rinsed her mouth with rice wine before bed. The acidity of the limes gradually thinned and softened the natural white glaze of her teeth, making her gums swollen and tender. After that, once her teeth were ready, a paste made from burnt coconut shells was applied to dye them black. Then, a mixture of alum and shellac followed this to create a glossy finish. And finally, a protective layer of coconut paste was added to seal and preserve that deep ebony color. Can you imagine going through this process to change your appearance to be beautiful? Grandmother blackened her teeth because she wanted to belong. In her time, every young Vietnamese girl followed this tradition. It was more than a mark of beauty. It was a symbol of identity, a way of saying, "I am one of you." Today, the tradition is practiced only in remote areas of Vietnam, especially among ethnic tribes in the north. Blackened teeth, once a sign of beauty and identity, are no longer the mark of an authentic Vietnamese woman. Evolving ideas of beauty and belonging aren't unique to Vietnam. They shift across cultures and generations. Just as grandmother stained her teeth black, people today turn to braces, teeth whitening, or veneers to achieve a pleasing smile because it's valued in modern society. The methods have changed, but the desire to belong remains the same. Have you ever felt pressure to look a certain way, to fit in? As the world becomes more interconnected, we are constantly exposed to new ideas, cultures, and ways of life. Today, Hollywood, music artists, and social media influencers shape our perceptions and set the trends we aspire to follow. Yet in diverse communities like the Northern Beaches, our understanding of beauty goes beyond media influence. Exposure to different cultures challenges narrow ideals, expanding our appreciation of beauty in all of its forms. What a society deems beautiful isn't just a matter of preference. It reflects deeper ideas of inclusion and belonging. So why is this story important for us, for our community? My idea of someone beautiful may be different than yours, but I hope that after today, you'll go away with a new perspective on a different culture. Hopefully, it will ignite your curiosity about your family's background and heritage. Most importantly, I hope you remember the story of my grandmother and her yearning to belong. As you move through the world, your deepened understanding and awareness allow you to accept the beauty of differences.